Hello. I want to explain the difference between present perfect and past simple to you, okay? Before we see each other in class tomorrow. So, first, I'm sorry that the homework was not very clear, okay? Next time I will do better. So, let's get started with this presentation, okay? We are talking about present perfect and past simple, and when we are going to use each different time period, okay? Let's get started. First, we will talk about present perfect, the form, and the uses. So first, the form, we use it with the auxiliary verb have and has for third person singular, and the past participle. So here is a chart that shows you how you can use it, okay, with the different grammatical people. For example, I have, or she has, okay, or they have moved. Moved means to change house. To Madrid. Move is a regular verb, okay? So it has the ed ending as the past participle, okay? This is the affirmative way of using it. They have moved to Madrid, okay? The negative way is using the word not. So, for example, I have not moved to Madrid, or she has not moved to Madrid, or they have not moved to Madrid, okay? And then the question form, the interrogative form, we are going to reverse the order. You know, in English, we do this in questions. We reverse the order. So first, the auxiliary verb have, then the past participle. Okay, so first, have I moved to Madrid? That's a strange question because you should know the answer. So has she moved to Madrid, or have they moved to Madrid is a better question. Okay, and this is how we use the form. You can also use present perfect in a short answer. For example, have you eaten breakfast? The affirmative short answer is yes, I have. The negative short answer is no, I haven't. Okay? Good. So here we're going to move on to uses. There are several uses: unfinished past, result, experience, duration, uses with for and since, already and yet. Okay, so first let's look at unfinished past. Okay, so we use the present perfect simple to talk about things that have happened in an unfinished period of time that includes the present, okay? Here is the example in this picture. Have you seen Joe this morning? Okay, I am asking about all of the time from this moment to before, okay? As you can see, the morning is not finished, okay? Now is in the middle of the morning, so maybe at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, more or less. I'm asking, have you seen John, okay? Because it's not finished, we use the present perfect, okay? We use this time period with, this tense with expressions like this morning, this week, this month, this year, okay? And then let's look at another use. Another use is the result use, okay? So present perfect simple is used to talk about the present result of an action completed at an unspecified time in the past. This means that you can see that something has changed about a person, but you don't know exactly when that change happened. You know it must be in the recent past. Here is the example. Oh, you've cut your hair. Okay, I can see that your hair is different. I don't know when you cut your hair exactly, but I know it was recent. Another example might be, oh, you've broken your leg. What happened? Okay, so you can see there is a problem with the person's leg, but you don't know when it happened. You know that there is an effect or a result in the present moment, but you don't know when that occurred, okay? So that is the result use. The next use is the experience use. This is the most general use, okay? So present perfect simple is used to talk about experiences people have had at some time in their lives, okay? Here is the example. He has traveled all around the world, okay? So from the moment he was born to the moment now, he has traveled. He has gone to many places in his life, okay? It's possible that he will travel in the future. He is not dead, okay? But we want to know about everything that has happened in the past until this moment. So when these things happen, we don't know the exact moment either, okay? So when it happened is not specified. And then we can use this with ever and never, okay? Ever means at some moment in your life, and never means not at some moment in your life. It is the negative form of ever, okay? So, for example, have you ever been scuba diving? And me, I can say, no, I have never been scuba diving. In my life, until this moment, I have never had this experience. Okay, good. So we continue. The next use is duration use. Okay, duration means the amount of time that something has happened. So here is the example. She has worked here for 3 years. Okay, so we use this to talk about the duration of an action that started in the past and continues and includes the present, okay? So she has worked here for 3 years, sorry. We know that 3 years ago she started to work and she still works today, okay? So we often use this with for instance. And then to ask questions about duration, we use how long. For example, how long has she worked here? The answer might be, she has worked here for 3 years, okay? Then let's look more closely at for and since, okay? So we often use present perfect with for and since. For is used with a period of time. For example, for 3 years, for a week, okay? And then since is used with a specific point in time. So for example, since 2017, since this morning, since January, okay? For gives you the amount of time, since gives you the beginning of the time, okay? That is the difference between for and since. Then let's look at another word, already. Okay, here is an example situation. The postman delivers my letters every day at 7 a.m. One morning, he delivers the letters at 6 a.m. I say, the postman has already delivered the letters. So what does the word already mean? Here it is. Already is used to say that something is earlier than you expected, okay? So you did something or someone did something before you thought they were going to do it, okay? Here's another example. Imagine Susan's mom says, Susan, please take the rubbish out. And Susan says, I've already taken it out this morning. Her mother didn't need to tell her. She finished this action in the morning, in the past. So she can say already, I've already done it, okay? Since the morning is not finished, then she's using present perfect, okay? Good. So already for something that happens before you think it's going to happen. And then let's look at yet, okay? So we often use present perfect with yet. Here's an example situation. The postman delivers my letters every day at 7 a.m. One morning it is 9 a.m. and he has still not delivered the letters. I say or ask, the postman has not delivered the letters yet. Hasn't the postman delivered the letters yet? Okay, so what does the word yet mean? In this case, we use yet to say something that has not happened when you expected, okay? So it's happening later than you expect. For example, imagine Susan's mom asking Susan, Susan, have you taken the rubbish out? And Susan forgot, but she's going to do it now, maybe, or shortly. And she says, no, Mom, I haven't taken it out yet, okay? She will probably do it soon, but it has not happened, okay? So already for things that happen earlier, yet for things that happen later than we think they're going to happen, okay? Great. We're going to continue then now with past simple, okay? We're going to see the form and then the uses. So the form, oops, I didn't change this. It shouldn't say have has past participle. It should say verb plus ed. Sorry about that. I will fix it later, okay? So here's the form. We're going to use it verb plus ed. Remember, some verbs are irregular. You have to memorize the past form. For all regular verbs, we add ed or d, depending on how the verb ends, okay? So here is the form. For example, I moved to Madrid, or she moved to Madrid, or they moved to Madrid. In the affirmative, you do not need an auxiliary verb, okay? And the verb does not change according to the person. The verb always stays the same in the affirmative, okay? Then let's look at the negative form, okay? The negative form needs the auxiliary verb do in the past, the verb did, okay? I did not move to Madrid, or she did not move to Madrid, okay? Here we can contract it. They didn't move to Madrid. In fact, when we are speaking, we are going to contract the verb normally. So you should also contract when you are speaking, okay? So for the interrogative form, for the question form, we're going to reverse the order, just like we normally do in English questions. So first, the auxiliary verb do in the past, and then the verb. Notice that when you use the auxiliary verb, you do not have to change the main verb, okay? You don't have to add d to move. So, did she move to Madrid? Did they move to Madrid? Did you move to Madrid? Okay, here we can also use a short answer form. So for example, the question, did you move to Madrid? The answer could be positive, yes, I did, or it can be negative, no, I didn't. Okay, good. So let's look now at uses. We're going to use past simple for finished past. Okay, so the past simple is used to talk about things that happened in the past, are finished, and do not have a connection to the present, okay? We use it with expressions like yesterday, last night, last month, last year. These are all times that are finished, okay? And we normally know when something has happened, okay? So here is an example. I saw a good film last night, okay? Last night has no connection to the present moment, so it is a finished past, and we are going to use past simple, okay? Then finally, let's look at something that would have helped you to finish your homework. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't explain this more clearly, but I hope that now you will understand it, okay? So we can use present perfect and past simple together to ask about life experiences in general. We're always going to use the present perfect to ask about if something has happened in your life. For example, have you ever been skiing? At some point in your life, from the moment that you are born to today, have you done this activity? Have you been skiing? The person answering can say, yes, I have. Yes, I have. And then now, when you want more information, you're going to use past simple, okay? Because this is finished, okay? It's not connected to the present moment. So you're going to ask, where did you go skiing, for example? And this person is going to say, I went skiing in Aspen, Colorado, okay, for example. And if you want more information, you ask for more information. And again, you're going to use past simple because it's not connected to the present moment, okay? So the other question, who did you go with? And this person will say, I went with some friends. Okay, so that's it. If you have questions about this, tomorrow in class, we can clarify everything and we will do some activities to practice. Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.